What's going on, guys? It is Andy from PlusEV.gg. Today, I bring you LPL Power Rankings brought to you by K Stunna, our top esports capper for LOL and all the sorts. So if you're not in our Discord tailing his picks, get in here, bit.ly/PlusEV Discord. Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, give us a subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and let us know in the comments what you think about our power rankings. Let's get into it. Coming in our last place is eStar. They went 3-13 in summer and lost Wink, Xiaobai, Fen, and Wei. They replaced them with Youth and Hacker. This team would do well in LDL, but they're going to struggle to get wins in the LPL this split. We think they also expect that much and don't want to ride them too hard for it, but this is clearly a team in development mode right now. Coming in 16th is the artist formerly known as Dominus. This team is young. There will be ups and downs, a lot of uncertainty with a roster like this. We don't think they're moving in a positive direction, bringing in the captain from IG LDL team and Sam D from V5. This team will need to play through mid and bot in a meta where playing through top and jungle seems like the way to go. Of course, metas change, so while we don't have expectations from this team now, it'll be interesting to see how they develop going forward. In at number 15 is LGD. Now this isn't the LGD that went to Worlds. There's no Peanut Carry. There's no anyone else but Kramer. And Kramer's fine, and we also like the addition of Uniboy. But time will tell if the PCS import can hang with the rest of the mid laners in LPL. The rest of the team is full of unknown quantities that we don't feel comfortable ranking higher than it. 14th spot is OMG. To be honest, we don't like this roster very much. Eric is probably our least favorite ADC in LPL right now, and a lot of this team is lacking in serious stage time. That said, Wooming is a competent mid laner and New can hold his own in the top lane. This team probably has a better outlook than teams ranked below them. We're just having a hard time coming up with positives. Sorry, OMG fans, this is not your split. At 13th, and the last of our these teams aren't going to do anything tier, is LNG. However, of those teams, we do think LNG starts off the strongest, although it wouldn't be surprising if they don't finish that way. Losing Flandre in the top is not ideal, but getting an upgrade in mid lane to Icon and jungle to Tarzan should make up for it. Jungle is a strong position right now, so maybe Tarzan's enough to bump them up a few spots, but the rest of the team, just not there yet. Number 12 is Rogue Warriors. This is the beginning of the teams that actually have a chance to do something tier. Even though Rogue Warriors are probably not making playoffs, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight over objectives, blue buff, or even a lane ward. They continue to be fun to watch and will beat teams that are better than them by rolling the dice enough times, but this gambling type of nature doesn't really translate to consistency. Teams with discipline and macro will adjust to their hyper-aggressive style and avoid the chaos. Bringing in Forge, Betty, and Ziv are all solid moves, but I just don't know if they're going to be anything more than lateral from the prior. The 11th spot is RNGU, Royal Never Give Up. This team is deep. With Xiaohu moving back to mid lane, you don't know on any given day whether you're going to be facing him or Cryin, and maybe that'll be part of their strategy. The same can be said of their jungle spot, where both Wei and XLB continue to jockey for the clear starting role. Gala has been very good at times, but still doesn't fill the hole left by Uzi in bot lane. I think this team is either time or some additional rosters moves away from seriously competing, but they'll give teams competitive games and beat up on some of the lesser teams this split. Coming in at number 10 is Billy Gaming, another team with a lot of changes, some positive and some negative. Bubu might have been the weak link on V5, and they certainly felt similarly, giving him up for lengths. On the other end, Aiming, coming over from LCK, looks like an ADC that could have a bounty on him more often than not. They traded mid laners with Rare Adam, and we clearly think that the team getting Fofo got the better end of that deal. Zika has potential, but we have to dock BLG points for that move. Meteor is a talented jungler and may be the X factor deciding whether this team makes spring playoffs or not. Is Team Wii. We've seen some other power rankings with them much higher than this and can't really fault that. This team has potential and looks really good in the Demacia Cup. They brought in Breathe, formerly Cursed, to replace Morgan in the top lane. Looks like an upgrade on paper. Their mid lane is crowded now with Shanks and Teacher Ma, neither of which really leave us feeling like they have that lane figured out yet. We like this team's ceiling, but don't think they made enough positive changes to move up from their results last year. and there's plenty of other teams that have. We expect them to sit around mid-table all year and be a thorn in everyone's side, but ultimately miss spring playoffs or just squeak in with the 8th seed. At number 8 is Edward Gaming. This team made some big changes in the offseason, and we think all of them are positive. We expect them to move up in the power rankings as the season goes on, but they do need time to find some synergy. The return of Clear Love to the jungle is definitely something to be excited about if you're an EDG fan. And Viper coming over from LCK with Gory should be a welcome power infusion. Flandre is a veteran upgrade in the top lane. I like this team to make waves and compete for a playoff spot. We just don't know if those waves will be title this spring or if we'll have to wait till the summer to see their full potential. Coming in at number 7 is Victory 5. Will PP God take them further this split than last? Adding Lynx is a nice addition in the top lane. Losing Sam Dia ADC isn't the end of the world, but it might take some time for this new bot lane of Y4 and PP God to gel. This team is someone that does have potential to break top 5 or fall outside of the top 10, so we're going to just split the difference, put them at number 7. Kicking off our top tier at number 6, Suning Gaming. Was the World's run a fluke? Was Sword Art the carry? We'll find out, but until then, we're going to wait and see if they can string some L's together to put them outside the top 6. The team lost 3-1 in finals of Worlds and kept 4 or 5 of their roster. We might be buying into the anti-hype too much, even them having them out of the top 4. At number 5 is Invictus Gaming. This team has all the talent to be top 3 or 2, and yet they still feel like that same team that doesn't have consistency to make it happen. Look for them to be dominant one week and lose to someone they definitely shouldn't have the next. The addition of Wink at ADC could be the X factor if he finally finds it. Number 4 is the artist formerly known as Vici, Rare Adam. Hot take alert, we love everything this team is right now. They won Nest in the offseason. In Demacia Cup, they were undefeated until they ran into Top in the semifinals and gave them a hell of a series. They have upgraded their mid lane to Fofo, and the only thing I do hate right now is their new team name and logo. Number 3 is JDG. This team has added some powerful depth, which helps in a very long LPL season with Zaye and Mystic. They have been taking the offseason very seriously and also feel like they have something to prove. This time last year, we would have called Kanavi the best jungler in the world, but he didn't really show that at Worlds. Look for him to try and regain the throne. At number 2 is FPX. Top laner Naguri is the best LCK import this split and is a difference maker. This team massively underperformed last split but is still full of talent. They can play through the top lane and allow Tian and Doingby to control the map a la 2019 Worlds form, then we think they're going to be able to return to championship level contending. And last, but definitely not least, our number 1 pick for the LPL power rankings is Top Esports. After choking against Suning at Worlds, this team looks dialed in, taking Demacia Cup seriously and winning it, something you don't often see the previous LPL champs doing. We think they're out to prove a point right now that Worlds was an aberration. The best team fighting in LPL and maybe Worlds exists on this team. That is enough to overcome macro deficiencies or Jackie Love overextending in lane when most games hinge around Dragon or Baron fights these days. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, our LPL power rankings for the new season. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave us a comment below and join us in Discord, bit.ly/+EV Discord. Stay disciplined, best of luck out there, and we'll see you soon.